Okay, so this is kind of a legitimate question, which means that somebody asked this who knows information that other people don't know right now unless they pay close attention to every single thing I do on my Facebook. Why am I brushing up on acting by doing basically freelance acting for just anything right now? It's because I am going to be doing new characters at conventions, and even though I'm out of character and a goofy motherfucker most of the time, I try to be in character when somebody addresses me in character. So that is why I've been doing acting. And for those of you curious, I'll go ahead and tell you about it. I have 5 or 6 videos up right now, and I actually had gotten sick for the 2 days before. It's for some Vampire the Masquerade gamers, which it's fun to do live action role playing, so I don't blame them. I used to play myself as a teenager, so I understand. I'm sorry, I still have con brain. You have to excuse me. The character I made up by talking to one of the people who runs the game and a friend of mine who I guess talked them into just this idea. Anyway, as I was saying, the first videos I had actually gotten sick, so I had minimal information. I made up this guy 2 days before. He still has no biography. I am now in the process of just making up his background, but he had no biography, no history. There was nothing to this guy. I didn't even know what he looked like until I was putting makeup on myself to make this guy up as I went. So I made like 6 videos in 20 minutes, and I tried out several accents while I was doing it because it's a male character, but I can only make my voice go so deep without it just sounding really stupid like Batman. You know, the whole "I'm Batman and I need a lozenge." Yeah, I didn't want him to sound like that, so I went with a more high pitched Fraser Crane because I made a Nosferatu that was formerly a French aristocrat at one time, or French nobility at one time. If you're interested to see the bad acting videos before I do the, one where I'm actually trying and have an idea of what I'm doing, I named him Philippe Albert Rocher, and you can just find him in my likes, or you can just start typing him in. It's an ugly ass Nosferatu. It's just me in makeup. You'll see in some of the videos that I did cycle through a couple of different accents, and all of them did not sound quite right, except for I call it the Fraser Crane, and that's kind of the accent that I'm gonna stick with him is the Fraser Crane. Uh, but yeah, he's just some guy I made up. I'm still in the process of making him up, and he's just really to help out some live action role players. And I honestly don't mind because I do need to brush up on it. I am doing a lot of new characters. Like, I'm used to being Nawada, so that's kind of an easy thing. But I'm getting Geralt made. I've never been Geralt. I really need to brush up on acting for that because Geralt is a type of character that he's different from most. If you've ever read The Last Wish or The Blood of Elves or any of the Witcher books or played any of the games, Geralt is a good guy, but he does a lot of like bad guy type stuff, and he's kind of a pervert and a womanizer and everything at once, but he's still in love with this one chick, and yeah, I have to actually learn how to respond in character with him in case somebody actually knows who he is. Speaking of which, this brings me to a Witcher 3 rant. One, Geralt apparently has a beard now, which I do not approve of. The stubble was perfect. I'm hoping you can change that option in the game. That's kind of dumb that they just randomly gave him a beard. And two, the person being interviewed, if you go to any of the Witcher 3 interviews with CD Projekt Red, was somewhat foggy in describing things and saying that there are a bunch of twists being added, so this could either be a great game or it could be a game that's an insult to the novels that the game is based off of. We don't know what the hell we're getting. But yeah, that is why I am doing just random acting jobs right now, is because I need to brush up on it, because unlike, big Hollywood people, I would gladly take a part if I got it, but I'm more of an extras person or a creatures person, somebody to be in on tons of makeup that dies after like 4 episodes or something, even if I'm a favorite or whatever. I'm just brushing up. The videos up right now are pretty horrible because they're like complete improv, unscripted, no information except for very minimal information, which was the characters' names and I didn't even know what was going on. I vaguely knew what was going on. So I have made a character who is obsessed with getting a pretty face because he's ugly. He's an Nosferatu. He is stuck-up nobility who is like centuries old, and he's very senile. So he just rambles on and on and on and goes on and talks all cocky, and he's full of himself, but at the same time he can tend to make no sense. And I threw a little touch of Dr. Orpheus in there from the Venture Brothers and just made him a complete overdramatic retard. So yeah, if you're curious about that's what any of my acting recently has been about. I'm not like the best actor, or else I would be making a lot more money. I also have medical reasons why I dislike travel very greatly. But I have heard they are switching to mostly, instead of going to, I lose my words in English sometimes, you have to excuse me. Instead of going to audition, you have to send an audition video now, which is kind of weird. After I'm done answering and humoring you guys with answering all the weird questions and good questions and like troll questions, I'm actually going to go get dressed up in my gear and make the video for them. I'll probably do it sitting here or somewhere in this room, because I seriously have bad back pain right now. I'm actually on my medicine right now, and it's just not helping. So I'm probably just gonna get him full makeup and have him sitting in a chair just rambling on, because that's kind of what he does. I do dislike that they have switched auditions to mostly video auditions. It seems to be hindering my actor friends more than helping them. And I'm not going to drag names into this because I am not going to piggyback on somebody else, and there's no reason for anybody to know who I know and who I'm close to. There are a lot of people that I love that are successful in this field, and I feel like for some of them who are artists like me who just have acting as a side thing, the impersonal, cold audition video is just, it's strange. There's like no personal communication, and it feels hollow. I feel like it hinders actors more than helps them. So I really do wish that companies would switch back to actual, you go in and you audition. I mean, yeah, sure, you could go in your audition, and I know some companies do, like if you are auditioning for a specific role and you sort of add some of the look to it while you're auditioning, and then some companies are offended to it, or by it, excuse me. So with auditioning videos, it's even harder to know that, because then you have to go through a whole section of terms of service, rules, frequently asked questions, and just an ungodly list of things. And you could make a mistake and it could be a company that doesn't approve of that, or make a mistake and it could be a company that actually somewhat encourages that to a point of requirement. So that is my thing about acting, and that is my opinion on the audition videos that I feel are just hollow. I mean, it just seems hollow. That loses the person to person, and sometimes people project better when they see the person face to face rather than sitting here like I'm talking. It's like I'm talking to you, but I'm talking to a camera, which is kind of what we do. But I'm talking to a camera to get a part. If I'm talking to a camera to get a part, it's not the same. It's how I'm not going to impress the camera. Its little blue light is not going to blink a different color to tell me that I'm doing well. I'm not going to be able to pick up on a hint of expression. It's just ridiculous. And I'm sorry this video is so long, but this is a subject that's affecting people that I deeply care about. So that is why I ranted so long on it.